Drag mob.tscn from file system panel and drop it in the mob property under the script variable of the main node. Which I think just looks like this. Oops. I can delete that. Drop that right there. Which I think it's not going to do anything. I think it's just going to be a statement of a string that gets evaluated and ignored. Next, click on the player and connect the hit signal. Connect it to what? We want to make a new function called GameOver, which will handle what needs to happen when a game ends. Type GameOver in the method in node box at the bottom of connecting signal window. Connect signal to a method. Receiver method. That's probably where they want me to type it. Okay, oops. Lowercase game over. Connect. Func game over. Score timer dot stop. $mob timer dot stop. And somewhere we have func new game. Score equals 0. Player dot start position dot position start timer dot start. Now connect the timeout signal of each of the timer nodes to the main script. So we got the mob timer, timeout, connect, let's read that again. Now connect the timeout signal of each of the timer nodes, start timer, score timer, and mob timer to the main script. Main script. Connect. Score timer, timeout, connect, main script, connect. Start timer, timeout, connect, main script, connect. On start timer, timeout, mob timer dot start, score timer dot start, func. On score timer. Oh wait, I don't need to create on score timer timeout. I can just use the one that already exists. Score plus equal 1. Something's wrong here. Oh, that's okay now. In on mob timer timeout, we will create a mob instance. It's here in on mob timer timeout. Leave in pass for now so it doesn't complain. Pick a random starting location along the path 2D and set the mob in motion. The path follow 2D node will automatically rotate as it follows the path, so we will use that to select the mob's direction as well as its position. Note that a new instance must be added to the scene using add child. Now click on Now click on Mob Timer in the scene window and head to the inspector window. Switch to node view. Click on timeout and connect the signal. Should I connect it to main? Func on mob timer timeout. Mob path. Dot mob spawn. Mob path dot mob spawn location. $sign mob path dot mob spawn location dot set offset rand I. Okay. Var mob equal mob dot instance. So we're making an instance of a mob. Add child mob. Var direction equals mob path. Oops. Mob path. Mob spawn rotation dot rotation plus pi over 2. Mob dot position equals $sign mob spawn mob path slash mob spawn location dot position. Direction equals plus direction plus equals rand range minus pi. Oh, you don't even have to import pi, it's just there. That's nice. Mob dot rotation is direction. Mob dot linear velocity equals vector 2 of rand range mob dot min speed mob dot max speed comma so we give it only x direction velocity to start with. Let's make this expanded. Mob dot linear velocity equals mob dot linear velocity dot rotated direction. Important. In functions requiring angles, GDScript uses radians, not degrees. If you're more comfortable working with degrees, you'll need to use a degree to radian or radian to degree function to convert between the two. That's okay. Okay, so that's stuff. The final piece our game needs is a UI, an interface to display things like score, a game over message, and a restart button. Create a new scene, new scene. Add a ref canvas layer. I assume it's going to be a user interface. HUD. Heads up display, an informational display that appears on top of the game window. Add child node canvas layer. Named HUD. Heads up display. Create a new scene and add a canvas layer node. HU stands for okay. The canvas layer node lets us draw our UI elements on a layer above the rest of the game so that the information it displays isn't covered up by any game elements like the player or mobs. The HUD displays the following information: score, changed by score timer, a message such as game over or get ready, a start button to begin the game. The basic node for UI elements is ref control. To create a UI, we'll use two types of control nodes, label and button. Create the following as children of the HUD node. Add child node, label, named score label, add child node, label, create, message label, oops, I didn't need to make that one. We'll cut that one out. Add child node, button, start, button, and add child node, timer, named message timer. I wonder why it's named that. Click on the score label and type a number into the text field in the inspector. 1, that's a number. The default font for control nodes is small, doesn't scale well. There is a font file included in the game, as it's called Zelonium regular TFF. To use this font, do the following for each of the three control nodes. Under custom fonts, choose new dynamic font. Where are fonts? Theme overrides, fonts, font, new dynamic font. Click on the dynamic font you added, and under font/font data, choose load, fonts, Zelonium regular. Okay. You must also set the font's size. Size, there it is. Get that up to 64. When I'm 64. Okay, so I have to do that for apparently each of the I do that for this as well. Font, fonts, font, empty. I have to do quick load. Search for, what's it called? Fonts, EXO. No, I guess I need to do these steps. Dynamic font, resource, font data, quick load, matches, open. And settings. Oh, I had 64. There's 64. Note, anchors and margins. Control nodes have a position and size, but they also have anchors and margins. Anchors define the origin, the reference point for the edges of the node. Margins update automatically when you move or resize a control node. They represent the distance from the control node's edges to its anchor. See design interfaces with the control nodes for more details. That went over my head, but we're just going to keep going. Arrange the nodes as shown below. So we're in 2D. We're in HUD. Here's our score. Here's our message label. Let's make it bigger. Don't know why it doesn't have any text. Probably because I haven't given it any. Dodge. Hey, it's working. Dodge the creeps. Align center. Score, align center. This is quite convenient. I'm impressed. Start button. Oh, this one also has text, so I have to play that game with the font. I didn't do the dance bite right. And I need to set the font size, settings, 64. 64. Okay. You can drag the notes to place them manually, or for more precise placement, use the following settings. I'll just do them close enoughly. 0. Okay. Now add this script to HUD. No, HUD dot script. Extends canvas layer, signal. The start game signal tells the main node that the start button has been pressed. Func. Show message. Show message with text. Message label dot text equals text. Message label dot show. Message timer dot start. Oh, this is clever. And then I guess the message timer is going to hide the message. This function is called when we want to display a message temporarily, since it's get ready. On the message timer, set the wait time to 2. Wait time 2. And the one shot property to on. This function is called when we want. Okay, yeah. Godot script func show game over. Show message quote game over. Yield. I don't know what yield is. Maybe it'll tell me. Message timer timeout. Message label dot txt equals quote dodge /n creeps. message label dot show yield get tree dot create timer 1 time out start button dot show. This function is called when the player loses. It will show game over for 2 seconds, then return to the title screen, and for a brief pause, show the start button. When you need to pause for a brief time, an alternative to using the timer node is to use the scene tree's create timer function. This can be very useful to delay, such as in mid-dev code where we want to wait a little bit of time before showing the start button. Then we have Godot script update score func update score of score $sign score label dot text equals string of score. This function is called by main whenever the score changes. Connect the timeout signal of message timer node signals timeout connect connected to what? I guess to HUD. And the press signal of start button. Start button signals pressed. Connect to HUD. Connect. Func on start button pressed. $sign start button dot hide. Emit signal start game. Func on message timer timeout message label dot hide. Okay, I think this is kind of coming together. Connecting HUD to main. Now that we're done creating the HUD scene, save it. HUD.tscn. Sure. Go back to main. Instance the HUD scene in main like you did the player scene. How did I do that? And place it at the bottom of the tree. The full tree should look like this, so make sure you didn't miss anything. Maybe if I take HUD.tscn and drag it here. That's not the way. Add child node HUD. Nope. Okay, I gotta go back and figure out how I did that. Oh, maybe it was like, oh, instance child scene, HUD.tscn. Open. There we go. Getting back to where I was. Connecting HUD to main. And they give us a picture of what it should look like. Let's check that it's the same. Huh. HUD looks different. That might be because of the version of Godot. And place it at the bottom of the tree. The full tree should look like this, so make sure you didn't miss anything. Yeah, the interface is a little different, but I think I got everything. Now we need to connect the HUD functionality to our main script. It requires a few additions to the main scene. We're in main. Oops. I did something wrong there. I did undo. Don't want to do that right now. Okay. Can the node tab connect the HUD start game signal to the new game function? Start in the main. Where's start game? Oh, maybe we have to do on HUD. What am I missing? I'm a little worried that HUD is not the right type of thing. That wasn't what I wanted to do. Hey, there's start game. That's funny. Connect the HUD start game signal to the new game function. In new game, update the score display and show the get ready message. $sign HUD update score and $sign HUD show message get ready. The identifier score isn't declared in the current scope. Am I in the wrong? I feel like this maybe should... I don't know what this is. I feel like this should maybe be in main. The function new game already exists. Oh, in new game. It already exists. I just need to update it. In game over, we need to call the corresponding HUD function. Game over. Score timer dot stop. $sign HUD dot show game over. Finally, add this to on score timer timeout. HUD.update score of score. Now you're ready to play. Click the play project button. You'll be asked to select the main scene. So select main.tscn. Play. Oh, isn't this exciting? I definitely missed something. Oh, and there's my timer. I think I may not be solving this one tonight.